Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for April 9th, 2018. For your Monday, we're going to have an upper air disturbance that's going to be pushing through the region today, so any morning sun that you get are lucky enough to see, and some areas will not be lucky enough to see that, but if you do see any morning sun, that will quickly fade behind overcast skies that will dominate most of the day today. So maybe mostly cloudy to start and then just overcast after, say, mid-morning or mid to late morning. Again, some areas might not see the sun at all, but if you do see sun, it'll be very briefly. And then we remain cloudy for most of the day. Most areas stay dry during the day today. I think far western areas, as we get toward evening, you could see a rain/snow shower, probably just rain showers, given the time of day. And then once we go overnight, you could have a few rain/snow showers occurring. These are going to be very light, very insignificant, not a real big deal, but you will be able to see snowflakes flying in some spots, or at least mixing with rain in some spots. So don't be surprised if you see that overnight. But snow falling and snow sticking are two different things, as we all very well know. And especially at this time of year, I don't care if it's falling at night or not, it's going to have to be really intense and heavy and have a cold air source of some sort in order to draw this cold air or get those kind of accumulations. So we're not expecting anywhere to get accumulations from this overnight. Just too light, too insignificant in terms of amounts. Let's go over to the NAM high-res future simulator radar. I want to shut this off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, keep in mind, this is a composite reflectivity, so this is going to be overzealous in what it's showing, okay? So this is not heavy snow by any means. So we're showing snow down here. Probably not getting, you might get some accumulations out in this area here, but this is not our coverage area, so we're not worried about that so much. But we will have, as we head to evening, here's right around dinner time, and you have some rain showers out ahead of it, just very light stuff. This is not, most of this isn't going to be reaching the ground either, and very spotty, very isolated. As we go a little bit further, though, we get through the overnight, you can see that same batch of snow over the same area. It's basically over the greater Harrisburg areas where it wants to hang out as we get through the evening. It's going to push a little bit further east. Again, this is going to be rain/snow even these areas. I know it's showing snow here, which is the blue, and this is not showing as rain. It could be falling as snow here, but again, not sticking. Not a real big deal. I'm going to say that, somebody's going to say, well, I got some coating on the grass here. Well, yeah, that could happen, and that's probably going to be up in these areas if it does happen. But you see most of the concentration of this is further south and very light everywhere. So you could get a dusting out of this in some places on the grassy surfaces that are colder, but the 32-degree line, of course, is way up here in areas to the north, up in here. So for south of that line, don't expect anything to stick to the grass. Moves a little bit further east, and it's going to kind of hang out, just kind of hit or miss late evening through the overnight. And again, not a real big deal. This is a weak disturbance, and then once we get to 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, this is all you have left. Here's 11, that's gone. So I do expect on Tuesday we're going to have clouds to start, maybe a leftover rain or snow shower, giving way to eventually some clearing later in the day. That's what we're expecting for Tuesday. And Tuesday's going to turn a little bit milder than it will be today. It's going to be chilly today, still stuck in the 40s. I think we get to 50 or above on Tuesday, and then we don't look back after that point. We're going to have a surge of warmth coming in here that's going to hold off until Thursday, but we're going to get a surge come in here later in the week. And I think you're going to like that forecast if you're a fan of spring temperatures. And we might be actually going from, not just spring temperatures, but late May temperatures. For normal highs. So here's that disturbance moving away on Tuesday morning on the globals. Again, you might have some decreasing clouds later in the day. High pressure is going to move in behind this and give us a nice Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be a partly cloudy day, a little bit milder yet, so we go up a couple more degrees, maybe low to mid 50s for highs on Wednesday. And then once we get to Thursday, we have a system passing off from the north. It's going to drag a cold front through here. Very, very weak, though. Now, I say cold front doesn't mean to imply that it's going to turn colder afterwards. It certainly won't. Here is the system moving off to the north. Is going to drive there's a weak front just sitting down here like this. You see not very much in the way of precipitation with it. Maybe an isolated shower later in the day here on Thursday, and that's about it. It'll be Thursday afternoon, maybe Thursday evening, favoring the northern areas, but even there, I mean, it's just spotty, not a big deal, okay? So this goes off and takes off to the north. We have a warm front that's going to be dragged through the area, through and off to the north. So by the time we get to Friday, we are warm sector. We have a Bermuda high setting up out here. This is something you see in the summertime, but you got a real nice warm surge here. Now, we went very aggressive in our local forecast with temperatures. We have temperatures in Friday in many areas in the mid to upper 70s. and I think you're going to have a repeat of that on Sunday, or excuse me, Saturday. As this cold front's approaching here, and it's going to come in. It's going to be very slow. This is what happens this time of year with these cold fronts, is they start slowing up. So the GFS is a lot more progressive with it. Brings it through Saturday night already through the area. I think it holds off until Sunday night, or Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. So we should get most of the weekend in to be above normal, well above normal temperatures, with temperatures in the 70s. Wouldn't be surprised if somebody hits 80 in our coverage area, especially maybe south central PA and places like that. We'll have the further south areas could touch 80 degrees here on either day. More likely here on Saturday, I think, as you get the southwesterly flow out ahead of this front, and it's going to really be cranking. So here's a look at Saturday. And this cold front's off to the west, but it's not going to be moving very fast. I think it's going to become more north-south here, and it's a very slow-moving thing. So here's by the time you get to later Saturday. So you're still in the clear here, still partly cloudy. Maybe an increase in clouds Saturday night, and you might have, as you get to Sunday, some showers that develop ahead of the front, maybe a leeward trough out ahead of here. But here is your cold front that's going to come through probably on Sunday night and early Monday. Again, the GFS is a little bit faster. We'll monitor this, but the European model, Canadian today, were both slower this feature, and it's just a matter of we have this nonsense out ahead of it, which would keep Sunday mostly cloudy with a few passing showers, or if it is just clear and we end up with another day of well into the 70s. And a very nice weekend in its entirety. That remains to be seen. Again, differences between the GFS versus the Canadian and the European model. We will monitor that throughout the week. But it does look like we're going to turn warmer at the end of this week. Everybody's asking when are we returning to spring. I do think we are going to turn to spring temperatures this week, and that's pretty much certain. But after that, I think we go back down to reality. So this is not going to last too long. Maybe a 3, maybe 4 day stretch of above average temperatures. Then we head back to normal next week, or maybe even slightly below. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for April 9th, 2018. Have a great Monday.